Hey guys, Ninja here, and welcome back to some more Enigmatica 8. In this episode, we build a petal farm. But one thing I have done is work on setting up a way to farm mystical flowers, set up a photogenic isolator, and finally get started on building our mega base. So I haven't done too much in between episodes around our starter base, but one thing I have done is work on setting up a way to farm mystical flowers. And this is what I've come up with. It's a little bit of a mess, but it works and it's compact, and I don't have to manually plant my petals, bone meal them, and then pick them up and then rinse and repeat. With this setup, all I have to do is stand right here and farm them. And I know there's ways to do this with vanilla redstone to probably automate it even more and make it more efficient. But I'm not really good with vanilla redstone. I've only ever played modded, and when it comes to vanilla redstone, I am very much a noob. And what I've came up with is a planter from Industrial Foregoing, which is sitting under this dirt block. I've also got a plant fertilizer, which fertilizes it and makes it grow basically instantly. And I have a chest which feeds my planter, and I can turn the planter on and off, and also have a way that I can pull out of the planter and put it in this chest. So if I get done farming and there's a whole bunch of petals left, I can just flip it off, flip this lever on, and it'll put whatever petals are left down there into this chest right here. And if we take a look, we've already got several petals. So we'll just, for an example, we'll do like half of this stack so you can see it go both ways. And we'll just come in here and stick our mystical petals, and you can see they got sucked out basically instantly. And it takes a moment for the first one to grow, but after it grows, it's basically instantly. Oh, you know what? We need to turn everything on. And that should be off. There we go. So now we'll just farm that one. See, it's basically instantly. And these do turn into, and that's enough, we'll turn it off. These do turn into the tall mystical flowers. So for each one of these tall mystical flowers, you get 4 petals. So that's a pretty nice ratio. We'll go ahead and pop that one. And now that we're done, we can just flip our other lever, and it will drain what petals remain back into our chest over here. Well, this is a really nice setup. We could upgrade these chests, or at least this chest down the road, to one of the large ones, so we can just keep a nice stockpile of all our petals right here, which we'll probably do at some point in today's episode. Now, in order to get this to work, I couldn't get the logistical transporter to accept a redstone signal, but they do make this. I thought I left one in my inventory, so I made this restrictive transporter by mistake. It does not do what I wanted it to do. We'll just pop this block off, and you can see it's a diversion transporter, and you can make this redstone sensitive. So now that it's done draining, we're going to turn that off, and you can see now it can't do anything. I'd like to have my block back. Oh well, we got some spares. So that's how I have this set up. I also added a blaze to our spawner setup, and it ignores the lighting, so it just spawns anyways, but I'm not too worried about him spawning. We are going to go ahead and flip this bad boy back on, and looks like we need to get another tank, but we'll let it run. We'll go get a tank in a little bit, because I need bones, lots of bones. Let's put this extra pipe in there. And I did try to use a plant gatherer from Industrial Foregoing, but it won't farm the flowers, and I couldn't find any other machines in this pack that could. So that's why we set it up the way we did. I'm pretty happy with our result. If we take a quick peek at our quest book, we have done a few quests. So Industrial Foregoing, we obviously got our plant fertilizer. And that might be an option. I wonder if that will work instead of bone meal. We'll have to look into that. We also must have not accepted this one from the last episode, but we'll go ahead and take those extra levels. And what do we have under automation here? That restriction and diversion. And under storage, we have, well, we'll come back to that. Withering bones. I don't know why we're just now getting that. Tetra. Don't remember getting a sword, but we might have got it as a drop. Tools and armor. I don't have a minigun. I may have accidentally picked somebody's up. We'll go ahead and take the reward, but I don't actually have one. Under building, I did build the copy paste gadget, and we used that a little bit in the previous episode. And under storage, I have went ahead and upgraded our backpack all the way to the netherite backpack. And these are pretty simple to upgrade. So it's just the standard backpack, which we were already using, surrounded by iron, surrounded by gold, surrounded by diamonds. And then the final one, the netherite backpack, is the diamond backpack put inside of the smithing table with one netherite ingot, and it gives you the netherite backpack, which is what we're currently using. We also have a pickup upgrade that we've installed, and we're using the feeding upgrade. So we'll probably everlasting and magnet upgrade. Let's go ahead and craft those, and that will finish off the backpack quest area, I believe. So it was everlasting. Oh, it becomes indestructible. Ooh, I do not have ink crystal. We will not be able to finish that. Oh, me. Was not expecting that. We could probably do the magnet, though. And we'll probably look at some of these advanced upgrades down the road, because I am interested in using the magnet more, especially as we're starting to get into our mega build and we're going to have to transport a lot of items. And now we should be able to create that magnet, which gives us one more quest. So we're just getting started in today's episode, and we've already got numerous quests completed, although some of them were from the previous episode. But that should have us caught up with quest lines. And if we just take a look at this netherite backpack, I think you're going to be surprised by how much it can hold. That's a pretty good inventory, isn't it? It has this pickup upgrade, but I was getting kind of annoyed because I was trying to build and it kept putting things in my backpack. So I have it disabled at the moment. And then we have the magnet upgrade. I really don't know the difference in the two. I guess it maybe is a little further range. I am not sure the difference, but we're going to put some of this stuff away and then head over to spawn, because in between episodes, I have streamed and I worked on spawn, cleaning it up, adding some structure and nature area. And I want to take you guys over there and see what we've been working on since the last episode where we finished our bridge. As we head into spawn, right away you'll see where I've been working on this nature area. A lot of mossing and shroom lighting and some additional trees. I mean, at this point you guys are very aware of what I like to do when it comes to the terraining. So we've done a lot of the same things that you've seen me doing. We also added this new dock here, and it wraps all the way around, and then it turns into a dual layer one, and it connects to this wall over here, which connects into our bridge. And I've done a little decor on it. I think it looks pretty good. It's the same design as what we used on our starter base, which I thought would make sense. And this nature area right here is pretty much done. I don't know if I'll leave this stone wall, but I've got it here for now as kind of like a temporary barrier. And then of course it runs into our path. And I've added a few additional trees beyond the default biome birch. So we have some of these red oak and some of the aspen trees, which I really like. I think those are a nice touch, and they all blend together really well. Over here you can see where I filled in and flattened out. So we got an area here where we can put some type of port or warehouse building. We can fill in this area with something else as well. I've also filled in all this and turned it all to grass. So there's room here for some buildings, and I've got the rock wall running all the way around. And then I've added another little smaller nature area on the front side of spawn with this little bridge. I went and touched it up, so now it's complete. It don't have any holes or hidden areas. And the wall comes around and touches our bridge. I've also done a significant amount of lighting. I didn't do this on stream, but I did light this bridge up, and we'll have to come back and I'll show it to you guys when it's dark. It looks pretty cool with the lights on it at nighttime, as well as this long dock. It looks pretty cool as well. And that's pretty much it. I know it doesn't look like a lot just flying around, but that was a lot of work to do all that solo. I mean, we did all that solo. cleaning up this area. We got a lot left for spawn. I can't wait to get started on the next project, but we are going to, as much as we can, try to avoid doing some more spawn content in this episode, because we've had 2 episodes in a row where the major piece was a spawn build. So we're going to try to not do that. We're actually hopefully going to get started on our mega base. So let's head back inside. I wasn't going to get into thermal expansion until we got in our mega base, because I want to keep some unique content for our mega base. So it's just not rebuilding things we've already built, except bigger and larger quantities. But not that that would necessarily be a bad thing, but I want to have some unique stuff. But I also need more moss. And we could go in the world and grab a whole bunch of this, but I was taking a look and it looks like there is a way to double it, and that is with this photogenic isolator. So we can give it 1 moss block and flint and get 2 moss block back. So we're going to go ahead and build this machine. So let's look that up. And it does use aluminum gears, which are a thermal series / expansion item, but we can build them using our mechanism machines, and I've already built some. So we have a pattern for aluminum blend, which is stuff we already have, and then we turn that aluminum blend into aluminum ingot. Redstone flux coil, pretty simple to make. We'll put all that in there. And then a machine frame, which isn't complicated. It's just some iron, stained glass, and whatever that was in the middle. All right, and now we have a photogenic isolator. So one other thing we'll take a quick look at is I've worked on our petal farm a little bit. So I have went through and turned all of the 2s into 32. So now if we need any of these, we can come over here and grab these and quickly expand this if we need to. I've also updated that chest to a sophisticated storage diamond chest. So it has plenty of storage capabilities. And G-Fear, Misfit, if you guys are watching, you're impressed by my flower generator, you're welcome to come use it. Well, let's figure out where we're going to set up this photogenic isolator. So I got our photogenic oscillator set up, and 2 things. First, I don't know what I was thinking when I said we could double what we had. So what happens when you turn 1 moss block into 2? Well, then I could take those 2 moss blocks and turn them into 4, and so on and so on. So as long as I have 1 moss block, I don't have to go around in the world and get any more moss. The other thing is it doesn't use flint. I don't know why it shows flint in this second slot right here. It runs just giving it water and moss. And the way I've got this set up, I was originally setting it up with chests. I'm like, wait, what am I doing? So I'm exporting moss into this right side. You can see the exporter. I'm importing the moss back into my refined storage system on this side and power in the back. And I have a transmitter on the bottom. So once I have a significant amount of moss, I can come over here, and I've temporarily put a lever here with the transmitter behind this. So actually the receiver's over here. I don't know why I said transmitter. And I can turn it on and off, but we're going to leave it on. And let's just take a look. 592 plus 64. Yeah, we've gotten some. And you can add upgrades to these thermal expansion machines, and they call them augmentation. And I did add one. It base plier 100%, and it basically increases the process speed but reduces RF efficiency. So it makes it use more power. But it's only using 40 RF a tick, so that's really not that bad. So we may add a few more upgrades to this setup. I did find a way to fully automate our pedal setup, but I don't think I want to do it right now. I may do it in the future if we get to a point where we need tons of this, but I am not there yet. So if we look at destructor, I can't spell. There it is. Refined storage destructor. I read this right when I looked it up. I should be able to just put that and place it towards this area right here. And every time it spawns a flower, it should break it and pick it up. But it may not work. I would have to do some testing. So before you guys pointed that out, I would just say, yes, I found that. It's a possible solution. But for now, we're going to leave it like this so I can just come over here and quickly manually do it and get me some petals if I need them. And also, for G-Fear and Misfit, if you guys do come and use this, put your own bone meal in here. Because don't use mine up. Thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and get to crafting up some items, and I think we're almost ready to start on the platform for our mega base. Well, I have severely underestimated how much moss wood we need just to do the base platform for our mega base. We still are not quite finished, but I am completely out of moss. Well, I'm down to 36 moss blocks. And that was after I went and mined some from our mine down below our base, where we have a whole bunch, just to finish the sections that we had started on. We've burned through like somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000 moss, at least twice that in cobblestone, half that in stone and andesiite. I mean, we have at least 15,000 blocks have went into this so far, 10 to 15,000 at a minimum. Definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is the first time I've built a structure of this magnitude. Well, once it's done, I've built things bigger than this square, but this is going to be a massive base, or at least massive in my eyes. I'm really interested in seeing what you guys think about this platform that I'm working on. The walls themselves are 3 deep, so I can do this 3-dimensional look by cutting into the wall without going all the way through. So you'll see a lot of little cubby holes like that one, and there's a bunch of different shapes. And although I did use the copy paste, this is still taking several hours to put together because there's still a lot of manual work by lasering all these unique holes. And we did a little bit of difference on each one just so it would appear a little different, so the copy and paste wasn't as obvious. And I need to get this a little bit right here. Well, I just noticed that if I can hit my right key, we're going to turn that down to size 1. We're just going to pop a few holes in here just so you can see how I was doing this. So yeah, that looks a little bit better. And let's get rid of some of the edge. And I didn't want anything on the top done because this is going to be a base platform. There are some holes on the bottom, and that's fine. We have a plan for the inside of the platform as well as our base building that's going to go on top. But like I said, let me know in the comments what you guys think, if I should just scratch it and start over. It's far from done, but we're almost done with the core part of the base platform. And in between episodes, I will finish this top out, and then we're going to add some more blocks to the top to mirror our courtyards we've been building around our starter base and spawn. And that'll hopefully break up some of this on the top. This definitely, you could tell I copied and pasted, but I've tried to randomly place some blocks to break up the pattern look. It still needs a little bit of work, but I'll work on that in between episodes. So in the next episode, we can get right into a new section. So let's head on back to spawn. I want to take a look at our bridge now that we have some lighting on it while it's dark. So the sun is going down and the moon is rising over our nature area over there. And if we take a look over here to the left, you can see our bridge. And doesn't that look good with the lighting? It looks good during the day, but it, to me, looks even better at night with this additional lighting. Definitely let me know in the comments what you guys think. And over here at our nature area, I've added a few more touches like these benches and barrels that you see over here to the left. And over here to the right, we've got this little beach area. And I think this turned out quite nice. Definitely let me know in the comments what you guys think. And if you'd like to see me continue working on the spawn area, you can check me out on Twitch. There's info for that on my YouTube page. But I'm probably not going to do too much more content on the YouTube series of spawn. We're going to kind of use that as content for our streams for now, until we're happy with where spawn is at. I know I would like to put a building here, some buildings over here, and some buildings over here. So we'll probably work with my buddy and we'll probably stream and build some stuff. So definitely go check that out. Also, something I've decided to do, and I don't know why I didn't think about this before, but since it is a flag on top of our building, I kind of just put a placeholder. Let's fly over here where we don't get attacked. A placeholder on the top until I decided what I wanted to do. And this is what I've decided to do. And we'll just take a look at that now. I'm sure you can tell what that is. So insert adult word Russia and Slava Ukraine. So let's head back to our base and do a few more things before we wrap this episode up. Now that we're back in our base, we're going to take a look at a couple things here. I have created a couple 64K drives, and I have these set where we can autocraft those. And we're using those to store our things that we have larger volume of, like our industrial hemp, sugarcane, bamboo, and a few other things. So that is nice. The other thing that I would like to do real quick is add a set of armor to our armor stands upstairs. So we have almost all of the vanilla armors. We're going to do one more set real quick. And to do that, we're going to need a set of diamond first. And we have plenty of diamonds, so we're just going to make one of everything we need. I don't know why I keep throwing that back in there. Let's just hold on to those till we're done. And then we need a pair of boots. And now that we have plenty of netherite, we can use some to create some netherite armor. Let's see, we got plenty of netherite. Well, I would call it plenty, but we have some. Oh, I think I did that backwards. But we definitely have enough to spare to build an armor set for our display. All right. Oh, and that was a Minecraft quest. We'll put all that back up, and let's go put this on our armor stand, and I think that's gonna probably wrap us up for today. Yeah, we should have leather, and then I forget what this one's called, iron, gold, diamond, and then our netherite. Sweet. And we'll work on continuing to add armors. I would eventually like to have an armor room at our mega base where we have a set of each type of armor that is in the game, if that's even possible. We'll see. But I think for today, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions or feedback, please leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe. This is Agro Ninja, and that's a wrap.